up, Facebook? Hey, this is Dr. J. Will with the Elite Motivation Moments with Dr. John Will. Let me give me a little microphone here. Hey, look out, Facebook. What's going on? This is Dr. J. Will coming to you live. Let me give me a song to get you all pumped up and start my night off. Here we go. Y'all better be ready for this tonight. Dr. J. Will with the Elite Motivation Moments with Dr. John Williams. Coming right back to you. look out, Facebook. Hey, how's everybody doing, Facebook? Hey, this is Dr. Jay Will with the Elite Motivation Moments with Dr. John Williams. As y'all can see. Hey, y'all like that? Y'all like them rings? That's what I'm talking. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't adjust your eyesight. Don't adjust your eyesight. Yeah, it's that big and it's glittering and shining. Don't adjust your eyesight. Hey, look, I just came to have a little fun tonight. I am so blessed to be here. I think each and every person, I'm trying to see who's on, but I know you're out there. Can't really see everybody, but thank God that you're on tonight. Tonight, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to talk to you just about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to read the subject and let you see if you are one of them. Hey, man, if you are one of them, and you'll find out what one of them is. Listen, this been on me all day. I supposed to did it yesterday, but, it ain't my time, and it's God's time. And so, like I say, I thank God for waking us up, starting us on our way. I thank him for all that he did, all that he's doing, and all the plans that he still have in order to for our life. Listen, today, as we give him all the glory, as we just continue to thank him for waking us up, blessing us, blessing our family, our friends, and our foes. And y'all keep that last part that I just said. Thank you, God, for blessing our family, our friends, and our foes. I want you to keep that in mind as I go on tonight, because it might come back to you. It might come back and remind you of something. So tonight, I just wanted to come and tell God, thank you. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and read the little, not the little, but I'm going to read the scripture real quick that I have, so y'all will be with me on the message. Wow, when I seen it, I was like, oh, okay, Lord, this is what you have for me. This is what I will give out tonight. So Luke, the 17th chapter, and I'm gonna you can read it when you get alone. And I like to give you something to read, so you can start at the 11th verse, but I'm not gonna read it all. They were let me see where I wanted to start. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start at the 11th, and I'm gonna just go to about the 15 or 16. You can read the rest when you get home or wake up or whatever you got to do. As they continued onward towards Jerusalem, they reached the border between Galilee and Samaria. And as soon as they entered the village there, 10 lepers stood at a distance, crying out, Jesus, Sir, have mercy on us. They cried out, said, Jesus, Sir, have mercy on us. He looked at them and said, Go to the Jewish priest and show him that you are healed. And as they were going, their leprosy disappeared. Look what he said. He told them to go and show the priest that they were healed, but it's the leprosy fell off of their body as they were walking. Y'all will get that in a minute. One of them, that 15th verse is where I want to hit you at tonight. One of them came back to Jesus shouting, Glory to God, I'm healed. He fell flat on the ground in front of Jesus, face downward in the dust, thanking him for what he had done. This man was a desperate Samaritan. And when y'all, we gonna get into it tonight. But you know what? When he did that, let me see where, because my Bible dropped out of my hand. Here we go, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Because I'm trying to get to this one little part. Let me. Y'all just hold on. One of them. Here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. It dropped out of my hand, but good thing I know the books of the Bible. So it said when one of them, this man was desperate. Jesus said, "Did not heal." Jesus asked him, said, "Wait a minute. Did not heal 10 men? Where are the 9? Does only this foreigner return to give glory to God?" And Jesus said to the man, "Stand up, and go your way. Your faith has made you well. Your faith has made you well. That 16th before it dropped out of my hand after the man said, "Glory to God, I'm healed." He fell flat on the ground in front of Jesus, face down in the dust, thanking him. He was thanking him for what he had done. Thank God for all that he has done tonight. And the reason I wanted to read that again, because I have a question I need to pose you. It was 10 of them that Jesus healed from leprosy. Back in the days, you couldn't even come. That's why he was standing at a distance, because if you had leprosy, you couldn't even come in the city. You couldn't even, it's kind of like when you go to Korea back in the day and they said, "Boy, don't go and get that black plague or whatever they had over in Korea, whatever it is that made you stay over in Korea because you wasn't coming back to," y'all know what I'm talking about. Military people especially know what I'm talking about. Well, back in the day when you had leprosy, you couldn't even come back in the city. You were done with pretty much. And this man, this foreigner, this Samaritan, wasn't even part of the family. Listen up now. He came back out of all when Jesus healed him. Just shot out. They shot out. They didn't even come out. They said thank you. Didn't do nothing. But one man came back and said thank you. So tonight I'm asking, like Jesus asked the man, he said, "Are you one of them?" What happened to him? So my question tonight, coming out of Luke, is, are you one of them? So, well, John, what you're talking about, Doc, this the Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. You need to break that down for me. Tell me, what kind of question is that? Am I one of them? Well, when you were young. Y'all got to work with me tonight. When we were young, the first thing our parents tried to coach us, if they gave us something, they always tried to teach us to say thank you. What you supposed to say? I gave you a now later. What you supposed to say? Thank you. That's what we supposed to say. It's like thank you, and then as you got grown, thank you, appreciate you, or whatever. But the main thing, they were trying to get you to say thank you. When Jesus healed the 10, he wasn't actually trying to puff himself up and say, "Look what I did." He just wanted that simple 2 words, thank you. Well, how many times have we did something or somebody did something for us that made a change in our life and we said thank you? How many of us that has got a little extra pay in our check, or how many of us have arrived, or how many of us got an elite TV show or community college? How many of us got their own college and just went back and told God, thank you? See, I used me because earlier I said, "Lord, I want to thank you for my family, my friends, and my foes." And y'all didn't read that clearly. Y'all must didn't hear that it was a foreigner that came back and said, "Thank you." A foreigner had to come back and tell God, "Thank you." How many times that we've done stuff for our family, pulled them out, paid a car note, helped them with a house, bought grocery, hello somebody, and they didn't say nothing. They act like that you were supposed to do that. And let me throw something else in there. How many times that we have helped somebody that was supposed to be our friend, and they didn't even say thank you? You were their only resource, and you were the last resort that they had, but they didn't have the galls to come back and just say thank you. You gave your last when it was either you buying that new dress or you buying them red bottom pumps, or y'all know what I'm talking about. How many of you have been there and the person never came back and said thank you? I'll wait. Okay, so when you read the story, even Jesus, I won't say he got offended, but he had to say, wait a minute, didn't I heal 10? Where the other 9 at? Where's the other 9? Sometimes we got to understand that even our family is not going to be there when we need them. We got to understand that even our friends that we so-called hang out, You know, we down like 4 flat tires. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, you know, yeah, hey, I got your back no matter what. We there, even, man, I got your back no matter what happened. You know, it's me and you, bro. We rolling like this, blah, blah, blah. But the time when you need it the most, they ain't there. So you know what God do? God will send a foreigner. I didn't say he had to be from Mexico or Canada or Egypt or anywhere like that. I said he'll send a foreigner. He'll send somebody that knows nothing about your situation, that knows nothing about you, and give you just what you need. He'll send a person that don't even know your situation just to give you a word of encouragement. And you'll know that it had to be God because it is no way this person, you ain't never even seen him before, and to you, they're a foreigner. There's somebody that you know nothing about, and they tell you or give you or bless you with just what you need. Y'all gonna want to talk to me tonight because y'all know I'm right. Sometimes the least person you expect will be that one that reap the most thank yous to you. Well, why is he thanking me so much? Because sometimes there's only going to be that one. You can do so much for your children, and then they'll just act like, oh, he was going to do that anyway. Oh, that's just Mark. He was going to do, that's just Roy. He always do that. Well, how many times do you tell Roy thank you? Even though he don't ask, even though Roy don't ask, it's always good to sometimes just tell Roy, thank you. Hello, somebody. I mean, it's always good to just say thank you because thank you goes a long way. Let me tell you what, when I was 16 years old, I left home. I left home on the back of a moped with my best friend. Her name was Carolyn Faulkner. And I'm telling you, I told her one day, I said, I'm running away. Pick me up. And she thought it was a joke. I said, I got to get out of here. I ain't going to make it here. I got to go. I need you to pick me up at this time. I left home with one pair of pants, 2 shirts. I don't even know if I had some underwear, but I left home with one pair of pants, 2 shirts, and some shoes with some holes in them. And my socks, they were dirty, and you know, stuff like that. And I put them in a little suitcase. It wasn't a big suitcase. It was orange, and it was about that big and stuff. And it held everything that I owned. And I got on the back of her moped, and it was kind of cold outside. And I left. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know where I was going or anything like that. But all I knew is I was leaving and I was running away. I didn't know where I was going. I thought I was going to one place and I was going to the other. And then when I called my brother and he picked me up on a early Monday morning. And that's when I left Blytheville, Arkansas, January the 14th, January the 3rd, 1981. I spent a week with my brother down in Arkansas, Little Rock, and he shipped me off to Jacksonville. He shipped me off to Clovis, New Mexico, a foreign place that I knew nothing about. But let me tell you, when I got there, my sister-in-law at that time, with her children, welcomed me with open arms. And let me tell you something. Let me back up because I got a little bone to pick with my niece, Lynette. I'm telling you right now, Lynette, I called that house at 4:00 in the morning, Clovis, New Mexico. My bus made it there at 4:05, and I called that house at 4:05, and I woke you up because you had to go to school the next morning. And you're gonna say, my mom already left. Well, I ain't care. I needed her there because I was scared. I was 16 in a foreign country, or it wasn't a country, but a foreign state, and all that was around. I went into this building in the Clovis Hotel. Y'all know that at Clovis, New Mexico. I went in the Clovis Hotel, and I didn't know how to fight that good. And so it was late night, and I went in there about 4 in the morning, and they was playing music and everything. And then when I walked in, and it wasn't no black people in there, and the music said, And I said, do y'all have a phone I can use? And they just pointed. So I knew I was in the wrong place. And so that was the story of my life. And I just told it, so it has to be true. So, but listen, on the real note, are you one of them? Are you one of them that goes back now and just say thank you? Because what I was just telling you is partially true. Most of it true. I might have added some stuff in there, but it was true. And when Miss Etta Mae took me in and began to help hone my teenage years, telling me that I can do this, that, and other. Now, let me tell you about Miss Etta Mae. Miss Etta Mae had she had 4 children. All of them was honor roll students. 2 boys, 2 girls. 2 of them was already in college, and 2 of them was juniors in high school. And then there was me. So she took the time, took me in, and raised me like I was her own child. She told me I could play football, basketball, do karate, all this. And I said, yeah. She said, yeah, you can be whatever you want to be. Those words stuck with me. And here I am, 56 years old. And she told me that when I was 16 years old. So your words matter. So you know what? I always mention Etta Mae Robinson or Etta Mae Houston. That is the reason I mention her. And she is the mom that raised me. Okay? Some people don't like to hear that, but I don't care what you don't like to hear, because I was a foreigner in her house. She took a troubled teenager in to her house with her children. They were all A's and B students, and here I am coming there with F's and G's and H's. I might have had a few K's, but she took me in and she believed in me. And sometimes it takes, sometimes your family don't have to have your same blood. Do that make any sense? Why you think people get with Crips and Bloods and gangs and stuff? Because sometimes the gangs, somebody else treats you better than your own family. Now, I'm not saying that my parents didn't love me. It just wasn't for me to stay at home. Some of y'all got a worse story than I do. But I am one of those that went back and said, thank you. I when I go home, she still tell everybody, that's my son that I raised. That's my one that I raised as my son. You think that don't make me feel good? That's why everything I do, I try to make sure that she knows that I appreciate her. Now, my question is, somebody out there that's listening to the show tonight, you were in my same condition. Somebody took you in, whether it was a stepmama or a stepdad or a big brother or a little sister, or somebody took you in and they helped you get you a second chance because you were on a road of destruction as I was. You ought to go back and tell them thank you. You ought to put that pride down. And if you got a little extra, you ought to go back and do something nice for them. Go make a house payment for them. Go pay their car note. Do something to show them, hey, without you, I wouldn't be here. Another person that helped groom my life, my oldest sister, Mackie Lee Bernardo. She was one big influence in my life. As a child, when I was 7 years old, she took me and moved me into her house with her 2 children at that time and raised me. Even though I was her brother, she raised me like I was her son. So when I stayed with her about 3 years and went to school, she made sure I went to school every day. And of course, she made sure I went to summer school too. So, some of y'all don't know I was illiterate, but she was there for me. So I go back and I tell her, thank you. Why do you think you see me with a camper? Why do you think you see me with a boat and all the jet skis and all that? It's because her husband and her, Bernardo, and my sister Mackie, they have boat and took me out on the lake, me and my wife, and showed me how much fun it could be to be on the lake. Then they got into the camping and they bought a camper, and I went in the camper and they showed me how nice it was to go and spend time in nature and clear your mind sometime. And then when I got in the place that God blessed me, listen, then I went back and said, or before I even went back, I said, I always tell them, thank you. And they be like, what did we do? You did more than you think you know. So whenever you see me printing in the book, Etta Mae or Mackie, those two women were influences in my life. So, well, you had a mom. Yes, I did have a mother and I did have a father. But I said the influence women in my life were my older sister and my sister-in-law at that time. So you have people in your life that influences you. You ought to go back and tell God, thank you. Listen, some of y'all get mad at me because you see me with my own show. You see me being a champion. You see me wearing the Hall of Fame rings. But didn't you pray for me? Didn't you pray didn't you pray that God bless me? So why are you upset and jealous that God is blessing me? Haven't I blessed you? Haven't I blessed enough that God can sometimes just open up a window and pour you out a blessing? And sometimes if the window don't open, he'll open up a door. Hello, somebody. See, y'all don't want to talk to me tonight because y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. See, sometimes you get mad at me because you said, well, you always talking about your camper, you talk. Well, when I was out in the world with the devil, I was bragging on him. See, y'all don't want to go there because whenever the devil did something to you, oh, he did this and they did that, and I was broke. And now God has, hello, why can't I brag on what he's done for me? Because you know the song say, you can't tell it like I can tell it. So since you can't tell like it's my testimony. The song said, I have a testimony. This is my testimony. My question to you tonight is, are you one of them? Are you one of them that God has blessed and you just don't have enough in you to go back and tell him thank you? Are you one that somebody helped get you out of what you're in and you haven't had the umption, the gumption, the whatever the function to go back and tell them thank you? Come on, y'all. Are you one of them? Are you one of them that Jesus said, wow, I know I was telling y'all, but only one of you came back? And not even the ones that was with him came back. It was a foreigner. It was a Samaritan that came back and fell on his face and just thanked God. Just thanked him for what he had done for him. God has healed many of you guys. He has brought you from such a long way, and we can't even go back and tell him thank you. We can't even tell him we appreciate him. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves that we don't have enough to go back and thank somebody that helped you get out of the situation you were in. Some of y'all ought to tell the United States Army thank you. You ought to go back and tell your recruiter thank you, because you know you was either headed to jail or hell, and then somebody told you should go in the Army, and the Army was a good start for a lot of us because some of us didn't have nowhere else to go, and we didn't have nothing else that we had planned for the future. Hello, somebody. See, I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you. I'm just asking a question. Are you one of those? I think my karate instructors, I think everybody that had something to do with my success as being a martial artist. I sure do. I think the Tiger Rock martial arts, I think that the Williams Elite martial arts, I think all my instructors, I think Mr. Kenneth Wentz, because he showed me a few things with the martial arts, and I'm telling you, with Kenpo, and I went in, and that's what I was fighting at time, was a lot of Kenpo and Kenpo martial artists, and I was more of a Taekwondo guy, but the little tweaks that he showed me, whether he knew it or not, I might act like I'm not picking up on something, But believe me, when I'm alone, I practice what you show me, or what he showed me. And when I went to my other matches, he didn't know, as well as I didn't, that he was only prepping me because my next tournament that I went to, I fought all Kempo people. And the things that he showed me, I was able to see that when I got in the ring with these experienced Kempo people. And I was a Taekwondo guy, but he said, if a Taekwondo person do me like this, I'm going to do them like this. Well, I had to start thinking like Sensei Kenneth Wentz was thinking, because he's an excellent Kempo guy. And so when I did get in the ring with them, they couldn't understand why I was scoring on them, and they couldn't use on me what they was using on everybody else. See, you can learn from anybody, and you ought to go back sometime and tell them people thank you. Because if it wasn't for people like him, if it wasn't people for like Tiger Rock, if it wasn't people like Williams Elite Martial Art, if it wasn't people like Fighting Tigers and the MMASC Aussie crew, I wouldn't be the fighter that I am today. I wouldn't, y'all. I'm just being honest. So when you see me wearing the rings and all, I'm supposed to wear the rings. I've done my time. I've been in the ring over 100 matches. I've taken 4 and 5 arts at the same time. I may not be the best, but you know what? I always say I want to be known more than a martial artist. I want to be known for more than a martial artist. That's my thing. I'm more than a martial artist. I want you to know that my humanitarian work, that's what I like to brag on. I like to be the one that goes out and help people. I said help people. I didn't say help black people only, or white people only, or green people. I help everybody. And that is something that we must learn. Listen, are you one of them? Are you one of them that somebody has made an impact on your life? And have you gone back and just said the simple thing, thank you? You don't have to go fall back on your face and suck up the dirt and dust. But the question tonight is, are you one of them that has gone back and just tell Jesus, thank you? Thank you for waking you up this morning. Thank you for starting you on your way. Thank you for your life, health, and strength. And you notice what I said? I said, thank you for my family, friends, and foes. See, when you my family, and then God allowed me to start getting a little success, you start talking about me. What he's doing too much. Oh, he ain't gonna make it. Why is he doing that? If you my friend and you've seen my struggle, you've been there when I was down. Now you see me on the up and up. Seem like you would be trying to push me to be better, or say, be with me more. And no, it don't work like that. And then you my foe, you was my family, then you became my friend, then you became my foe. You became my foe, mean you became that enemy of mine because you're jealous of my success. But listen, you knew where I started from. Listen, none of y'all out there haven't really experienced all the torture I had to go to get to where I'm at. I'm a warrior at heart. And the reason I say that, because anytime that you fight with illiteracy, you are you're trying to read and the teachers call on you and you don't know simple words, and you try to just, you're already embarrassed. You're 3 years behind school that you're supposed to. You should have graduated 3 years earlier, and you're sitting up in there with people, little sisters and little brothers, and you are humiliated, but you stay there. You stay there. And when you finally get the diploma in your hand, now you feel like somebody. You feel like you can do anything. So don't look at me at what I have now, because you wasn't there when I had to go through to get to where I'm at now. So my question to you is, are you one of them that went back and said thank you to somebody that helped you? If not, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, and nobody's looking for you thank you. But it's just like Jesus said, where's the other nine? I healed 10 of y'all, and in the nine of them, I guess, got so excited and they forgot where they came from. This is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Asking the question tonight is, are you one of them? Are you one of them that somebody helped and now you have gotten to your little sweet spot, but have you reached back and helped anybody? Have you got yours and said, I'm only gonna protect my folk and no more, and I'm only gonna help my family only. I'm only gonna do what I'm gonna do. See, that's the wrong attitude to have. What you should do is reach back. See, some of y'all don't even know that I own a high school. I own a high school because when I was in school, I saw the struggle of a lot of my friends. And some of them, a lot of them, didn't finish school. They didn't finish school. So now I own a high school that I can go back and help some of my friends that maybe it just wasn't their fault. You think I'm going to let a person suffer if I can help them get ahead and feed their family and all that? You think I'm going to let them suffer when if I have some power to do something? That's just not J-Dub. That's just not me. People say, man, they get over on you all the time, but you don't get over on me. You don't get over on me. You might get over, but you're not gonna really get over because one thing about it, you might try to get over me for $100. If you would have just held out, you probably would have got $1,000. Hello, somebody. Hey, this is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams, posing a question to you tonight. Hope it touch your heart. But my question is, are you one of them? Is there someone that influenced you in your life that you didn't go back and just say thank you? It's okay, y'all. It's all right. You still have time. Just go back and tell them thank you. Thank you goes a long way. I went off of what God told me to tell you. I had wrote a couple of notes. I didn't even read them. I didn't read them. I didn't read them. But Jesus' question, my thing was Jesus' question was, has no one returned to give God praise except the foreigner? Woo! Is there no one, if you keep reading that last, I think the 16th or 17th, whatever, probably 19th, where he said, wait a minute, is there no one that came back to give God glory except a foreigner? Have you gave God thanks when you look around your house? Some of y'all know you done came from a cotton sack on your back to a Cadillac. Have you reached back and told God thank you? Have you woke up in the morning? See, some of y'all might think I'm crazy. I go out on my balcony and I can see the mountain. I can see Mount, whatever the mountain is that we have here in Colorado, uh, Pikes Peak. And I look at that mountain in the morning time and I just tell God, thank you. I tell him thank you because I wasn't supposed to live here. You heard of Michelle Obama. She said that a person that looked like her wasn't supposed to be in the White House, weren't supposed to be next to Dolly Madison and all them other ones, pictures that's on the wall. And I look at the home that God has blessed us with. I look at the cars that we drive. I look at the camper. I look at the new truck that I got. I wasn't supposed to have all this, but nobody but God. And I tell him, thank you. And listen, don't get jealous of me because I do this to motivate you. I do what I do to motivate you, to remind you that I was a throwaway child. I wasn't supposed to make it. I was always told I'd be in jail or wasn't going to make it and all that. But what's on the inside of you? God gives you a little blessing. He gives you small things to be graceful for. See, one thing about me, I was graceful for the little things. And that's why he continued to bless me. I'm gonna share this with you, and then I'm gonna go. I've been on 40 minutes. I always say I keep my show at 30 minutes long. I got a phone call from Africa. Many of y'all know that I got the new African program. It's called the Dr. John Williams African Foundation. Dr. John Williams African Foundation. Woo! Mm. It's a blessing, y'all. It's a blessing. But I don't believe God would have trusted me with this program if He didn't believe in me. God believed in me so much that He gave me a foundation over in Africa. Well, I got another phone call that they're going to put my picture in the books that we are going to distribute. I need to raise $2,400. I need to raise $2,400 by December. $2,400. I know that it's somebody listening that can help me raise that money. I'm going to put my Cash App on here. I need to raise that money. And the reason being because the money that is raised, each child is $100 to sponsor. $100 a child, one time. $100 one child. If you do the $100, you will get if you've been noticing pictures on my Facebook page, is because those are from donations. They donate $100. You get your picture on a poster and on a flyer, and it goes all over into Africa and the other countries that will see it. They handle all of that. I just send your picture and your money over so you'll know that it's legit. It goes through me, distribute to them. I have a certain person that I have an account set up with in Africa to make this happen. I know that is true because I physically go and I meet the people in Africa. So I have a African connection. And if you don't want to believe that, here's something else. I am an African patron, and that's my award. You see that? I won't lie to you. I'm an executive patron for Africa. So y'all see that? You see, I'm not lying to you. I don't lie to you because I don't want nobody playing with my money. So listen, um, being an African patron, they also are looking into. Now, I want y'all to hear this real good. I was illiterate up until the age of 23. I was always told what I wasn't uh, gonna be in jail and all that. And I want you to listen good. God can take anybody He wants and make anything that He wants out of them. You need to tell God, thank you for everything that you've been through. Some of y'all went through abuse. Some of us went through abuse. Some of us didn't know where our next meal was coming from. We didn't even know if we had a house to lay our head in. But you ought to tell God, thank you for that. Because with all that said, over in Africa, with the Williams Foundation, Dr. John Williams African Foundation, with the books that are being distributed, my face, my picture, and my bio will be in each and every book. It's 1,000 books that they're going to distribute throughout Africa to the school of those that's in the less fortunate area. Okay. Not only that, they asked me today or yesterday if I was okay with them building, like, the Hall of Fame statues. When you go to Hall of Fame, you get your statue. Well, they want to put a statue of me over in Africa at the schools for my humanitarian work that I've done over in Africa. I I I I I just don't know why God chose me, because sometimes I don't even feel worthy to pick up His Bible. Hello, somebody. See, some of y'all won't even admit that. Sometimes I don't even feel worthy to have the beautiful wife that I have, and she is. We'll be married 34 years on September 18th. I don't even feel worthy to be called dad sometimes in my eyes. In my eyes. My daughter and son, they love me. My babies, they love me. Grandbabies love me. But sometimes I just feel like man, I wish I could do this over. But you know what? That's the path that God gave me. And that's the one that I know that I was supposed to take. But I always look back and tell God, thank you. So tonight, are you one of them that owes somebody that was big influence on your life of thank you? Can you tell them thank you? Can you go back and just tell God thank you? When you look around your house tonight and you know where you come from, can you go back and just tell God thank you? I don't care if you got a one room shack with a pot belly stove, at least you got that is yours. Can you tell God thank you? He did it for me. He'll do it for you. This is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Pose the question to you tonight. Are you one of them? Are you one of them that God has done so much for you that you forgot to tell him thank you? Y'all be blessed. And remember, not only do I have a testimony, I am a testimony. Y'all be blessed.